We have Carrie Bichlmeier and Jason Lang with us with Bichlmeier Insurance to tell us the latest news and updates on everything that has to do with homeowners insurance in the state of California. We have here with us today Carrie Bichlmeier and Jason Lang with Bichlmeier Insurance. Why don't you introduce yourself, tell us how long you've been in business and where you're located.
Thank you, James. We're Bichlmeier Insurance. We've been around for now 62 years.
Wow.
Started by my parents, so yeah, family business. I've been involved for about 40-something. And we're located in Redondo Beach over on Pacific Coast Highway in Nob Hill.
And you're licensed in more than just California, correct?
Right, we're licensed in 10 states, mostly in the western U.S.
So, and Jason, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Jason Lang. I work for Carrie at Bichlmeier, and I've been the affiliate insurance agent for Remax Estate Properties since 2006.
Thanks for joining us. Let's talk about insurance. Back in the day, 10 years ago, we had the burden to produce a clue report to provide, or seller did, to provide to the buyer. Is the clue report still around, and do we have an obligation as an agent to provide that to the buyer?
Well, we still run clue reports. It's part of the underwriting process when we sell a policy for homeowners insurance. The insurance company will run that clue report in the background, and they'll see if there's been any claims. They look back at a 5-year window to search for water claims, fire claims, any kind of insurance claim that takes place at the property. If there are claims associated with that property, it can be a problem. Some insurance companies will surcharge, some won't insure you at all, and others we can still always find a way to insure you, even if there's multiple claims.
So I guess the burden of the seller would be to disclose anything that they know about the claims to the new buyer. Correct. Talk about the problems with insurability, and are there some properties that are more difficult to insure than other properties, and why?
Sure. So we talked about claims. Multiple claims can be a problem. Also, location of the property. If it's in or close to a brush area, it can be very difficult and challenging to find insurance. With all the fires we've been having in the state the last few years, the insurance companies have really redrawn their maps of where they'll accept new business. And you have AAA pulled back out of a lot of areas in Palos Verdes. There's a lot of insurance companies that are really shrinking the area where they're willing to insure, and that can create a problem.
What about the Malibu area and up in the really high risk fire zones? Is it getting more and more difficult to insure those properties?
It is. What we're finding is you either have to go with what's called a non-admitted carrier, like for example, Lloyd's of London, or there's a program called the California Fair Plan, where the state will essentially insure you, and then you have to buy a supplemental policy to fill in some of the gaps. It gets a little expensive, but there's always a way.
Thanks. Let's shift gears. The pandemic brought about inflation, and the cost of everything, including building materials, is going skyrocketing. How is that affecting real estate premiums and insurance premiums on real estate?
It's bringing up largely because of the amount that you have to insure that structure for. So we're working on assessing and reviewing those constantly. Like, for example, the cost of lumber has gone crazy high. And so a lot of our carriers, they're even seeing as much as 20% inflation this month in those general building areas for them. So building a house is going to be a lot more expensive going forward, and if you want to properly insure the house, you're going to have to do it the right way. And that means more coverage, which means, unfortunately, more premium.
So do you think existing premiums we're going to see across the board for existing homeowner policies, if all things remaining the same? Are we going to see premiums go up a little bit, you think?
I think so. I think the increases that we've seen the last few years have been more because of the brush fires that have occurred throughout the state. the companies have kind of seen things kind of level off, but this is now a new push. And so that's going to be the driver of costs going up now.
Yeah.
The good news is we're brokers. We have a number of insurance companies we can shop with. So, you know, if one goes up, we can maybe hopefully find somebody else who's still reasonable.
Well, thank you. We appreciate our partnership, and you know, Jason, you get nothing but accolades from all of our agents, saving money, very responsive, and we appreciate both of you for being here today. And thanks for our partnership.
I appreciate our last 11-year partnership. That's great.
Great. Thank you.